Everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade, and we're not your financial advisor. So please be careful what you do. You are at your own risk. Finally, the market broke down, and we will give it one more minute, and we will start analyzing what happened in the market. The reason you see this kickback on the ES because there is a double support area at 44.29. Absolutely, the ES is going to retest those levels again, and you can see how the market came into the double support. As we said before, when you see double support, double resistance, usually the market stops. So we will, and now the market is fixing to retest it again. For the Nasdaq, you have to be a little bit careful if you are auto trading the Nasdaq. It doesn't matter where you are auto trading from or what system you have. The Nasdaq have an extreme support area here. Don't expect the Nasdaq to respond with the same as the YM and the ES. Not at this moment. Not at this moment. So you gotta be careful with the Nasdaq. The market is down with the ES and YM. The Nasdaq, there is not much trend on the Nasdaq. It doesn't matter what auto trade you are using. It's not gonna change the reality. The reality is going to be heavy support on the Nasdaq, and it's not your auto trade, it's the market. A lot of people think it's their auto trade. It's not the auto trade, it's the market condition, and you have to distinguish between the market condition and your auto trade. You have to understand the difference. An auto trade is not just a coffee machine or a dishwasher. So there is no trend on the Nasdaq, and your best horse is at this moment the YM and the ES and the CL. Those are your best horses. If we look at the CL, it's already been hitting almost the bottom, and if we actually it did hit the bottom. If you are a CL trader, we already got to the target one. Target one is this an institutional number, profit taken on target one. The market is keep going down, and it's just trying to reach the target two. The target two for the institutional number is 69.35. 69.35. You still have from now till 12 o'clock to achieve that. So this is an early profit taken on the CL. And there is another destination. It is 60 on the target 2 is 69.32. It is your morning target. It is an institutional number, and that's mean once the number hit, profit taken, and it will go back to target 1 and stay around 40 minutes between target 1 and target 2. So this is the CL traders story. For the Nasdaq is not the best horse for today. Your best horse is a YM and an ES. Stay away from the Nasdaq. Stay away from the Nasdaq because there is a lot of support area on the Nasdaq. Let me explain to you. This is a Nasdaq trade from the market analyzer, which the market analyzer has 5 different automated trade. And let me show you On the NASDAQ, there is a lot of heavy support and it's not going anywhere at this moment. It's not. And the reason is, don't be naive because you have a wrong template or a wrong auto trade. It is the market condition. That's two different separate boys in there. And as we see the NASDAQ suffering with a heavy resistance and a heavy support, and is it jammed between channel? As simple as that. So when you don't look at the market condition or you don't understand market condition, of course you will be lost and some wrong decisions will be made. And when you make a wrong decision, the price is very high. So as we see, the YM and the ES are your best horses, and the NASDAQ, it is a dying horse at this moment. So you cannot, as a trader, come in the morning and say, I only trade NASDAQ, I only trade ES. A trader is a trader. When you know the concept, it's become irrelevant whether you trade in gold, DAX, ES, NASDAQ, Dow Jones. They all, when you know how to read the market, you know how to read the market. There is no exceptional, and there is no, and it's not difficult. The market is fair enough to allow us predicting what's going on. I mean, it is fair enough most of the time. So as we see, the NASDAQ is not going anywhere, and we see the YM, we see the gold beautifully. And here's the funny story. The gold is going with the same direction as an ES. And this is, this is really something, you know. Now, if we look at the CL after it hit the target one is coming to the resistance. It's taking a little break, you know. It's like when you're going up the stairs, you know, you take the first floor and then you take a nap a little bit, and then you take the second and the third, and you know, and the same thing is taking a little nap and is going back down again. So there is nothing here on the CL expecting some big movement. We're only going to hit the target 2, and it is done for today for the morning session, and then for 30-40 minutes is going to stay back and forth between target 1 and target 2 in institutional numbers. Those are finished for the CL. The ES and the gold and the NASDAQ, as we said, is a dead meat. There is nothing in there. It is a dead meat. You cannot auto trade that. Again, the NASDAQ is not tradable or auto tradable. Irrelevant where you have the auto trade from, it's not a tradable market. Simple. The ES is trying very hard to break those double support area, and has not accomplished that. Let me explain to you why the ES holding still on this double support area. If we look here, you have the same story on the top. You have 2 yellow lines, and you have 2 yellow lines here. So when the market entered those 2 yellow lines, that means those are the previous highs and lows, and this, when the market entered those 2 yellow lines, when some irresponsible traders trying to go short, when the market going inside this yellow line, is a wrong move, despite all the indicators, auto trades they are using, because when you enter those 2 yellow lines, it is time to close trade, and it's time to reverse the market, because it's the end. So to reverse this market is very expensive maybe, but couple micro account ES is not gonna hurt your account that much. So once if we count the last 15 years, when the market entered those two yellow lines and turned back, you will find 8 out of 10 or 8,000 out of 10,000 trade that were good, and 2,000 they fell. Excuse me. And every time the market goes between those two yellow lines, and there is some kind of major support between those two yellow lines, this is the reversal. Excuse me. Those are the reversal signals. So there is the market, it will keep trying to break those two lines and it start getting weaker. And when it gets weaker, because what it does is like you're trying to break a solid door, you kick it the first time, the second time, the third time, the door gets weaker, but still holding. So here the door is getting weaker, but still holding. So the support area on the 44.29 is valid until now. How we can determine is getting weaker by looking at the pressure, like you're looking at your tire pressure, called momentum. If we look at the momentum, which that's what will give you 10 steps ahead of any other trader, because the momentum start getting green. And when the momentum start getting green from 1 to 30 minutes and from 1 to 30 minutes, indicating that the short trade is about to be done and you will be the first one to spot it. As a future trader, you don't trade pattern. What you hear, those guys, there is nothing called pattern. There is nothing called pattern. What happened in the past is not going to happen in the future. Take those junk or overbought, oversold indicator. What happened to the supply demand? What happened to this? Get rid of this junk ideas about trading and concentrate how to be 10 steps ahead from the other guy, whether he's sitting in China or Honolulu, trading the same market as you do, and you have to be ahead of him. So the market, it is reaching the end, and right now the ES has trying to break that wall here. If you break that wall, your target one institutional number is going to be 44.22. Profit taking is going to kick back. What it used to be support is become resistant. But this is the end of the line for the ES. To take a short trade is no longer valid. Despite the auto trade you are using, despite system you are using, that area here, it is a place for taking a profit. It's not a place to generate a new trade. It's the opposite. So yes, you can sometimes get a couple bars out of it. We're not going to argue about couple bars, but that is not consistency. This is just you hit a rock on the tree and you just all fall apart by luck, but it does not mean you're going to get away with it every single day. So if you stick to what is not the rules, because I don't like to use the word rules, because the market don't care about your rules and my rules. They don't care about our rules. So there is no rules in the market. But to understand when to get the hell out and to stay away and when to jump. This is the secret in the future trading. It's not template. It's not stupid template. It's not stupid auto trade. It is understand when to jump in and when to get out. Plus minus couple bars a day is irrelevant. So we are hitting the target one is very fine, and then profit taking on target one. Is it worth it to jeopardize your account? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's a very high risk trade in here to generate a new trade, to hit just one bar and take a profit on 44.22. It's not worth it. It is not. Now, the best way is to start unloading your trades from the target one and start closing and close for profit. This is your best option. So we are coming on the target one, and we still into those two yellow lines, and we are taking on the institutional number profit taking 44.22, which is still in the red in the yellow line, and there is nothing major trend is gonna happen in this area anymore. Nothing. Maybe you might catch one little scalping trade with a very high risk. The thing is, when you are trying to generate a trade, how risky that trade is. Some places on the chart, the risk on that trade is very low, and sometimes on that chart, like those position here, if you want to go short, you are 9 out of 10 you're going to lose that trade. 9 out of 10, and you have 1% by luck to have a winning trade in this area here. So what is the chances here to generate a new trade? It doesn't make any sense, and it is irrelevant. You should not be messing with it. You should stay on the side, or you should be taking a profit and call it off. And then if we notice here, we are coming to the target one, and the system, those are not repaint indicator. The system, look, came in on target one, profit taking, and now the system firing reversal. That's mean the market start getting weak, you know, and there we go. The market came in right at this target. Can they really take it to the second? Maybe they are able to take it to the second target, or maybe not. I don't know. But at this moment, this is the end of the trend. It's finished. You cannot generate a new trade at this area now. The further this market go down in this area here, the most likely less chances you will make it. Why? Because the market will immediately turn around, and you don't even have a chance to close your position. So this is a very, very high risk place to allow your auto trade to take a trade, or you take a manual trade. Call it off, close your position, and a profit taken on target one is going back to retest what used to be support, now become resistant, and it is finished. Actually, the market on the ES is finished for this morning's session. Let's look at the CL and see what happened to the CL. Look, the market still from the target one, and still here's the target one. When it hit the target one, profit taken, and you can see how the CL did not accomplish anything. And this is what you are about to experience with the ES. If you are on a short trade, they are taking it straight down to target 2. Amazing. And it is finished. For the morning session, it is totally done for this morning session. And we have, I believe, a NASDAQ trade from the market analyzer is going to close right now as we speak on the NASDAQ. from this is from the market analyzer, the auto trade, and the target estimated at 15161, and we're about to hit it. So I expand it a little bit to see, and then what we do, the trading stops, they are based on fibs, but then we can start securing some of the profit, and then when the fib line, the floating fibs, comes to your trading stop, is going to readjust it itself. So there is no big deal. If you forgot to readjust it, the market will readjust it itself. The ES target 1, target 2 hit, and maybe they want to go to target 3. I'm not sure. Target 3 is for the afternoon. Sometimes they hit it in the morning and it is finished. But I believe it is finished at this moment. And we will see what happened. The market is finished to the downside. Maybe a couple more bars, plus, minus. But don't expect too much drop anymore. Not unless there's some kind of news I'm not aware of. Let me see. There is no more high news, so we are okay. And the reversal fired. We hit the institutional target 1, target 2, and now we are climbing back to retest. It used to be support, now become a resistance. And it is also for the NASDAQ, start firing reversal. Achieved the target and it's going back. And this is it. The market is finished. And the achievement to the downside is finished. It's finished. I'll stay quiet a little bit and see what happens. Okay, guys, as we expected, the market is turning around and it is finished for today, the morning session. I don't know what happened in the afternoon yet, but morning session. We say thank you very much.